New breed, global truth. Shalom, shalom. What's going on, everybody? Yo, Derek 405 in the building. Kyra Knows. 1J The Truth. Carnivore, Alicia P. Man, we got some things to discuss. CJ Matthews, I see you in the building. Jalen Thomas. The Prince family are the epitome of evil. So Jay Prince Sr., along with Junior, they went on $1 million worth of game with Gilly the Kid. I sat up there and I watched the whole entire interview. And it seemed like them Negroes were speaking in Chinese arithmetic. They was putting more philosophy out there than Socrates. They was speaking in damn Chinese riddles. And if Rubik's Cube had a language, that's what type of speech they was giving off. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to these Negroes, and I'm sitting here to myself and I'm saying, damn, it's gotten so easy to manipulate the general public that you definitely need people who got discernment to speak up on some of these things, because, man, it's getting real out here. It's getting real out here. And I truly believe that Offset's life is in danger. I do. Most of the time in these scenarios, I would believe that we're dealing with more so street theater or industry theater. And, you know, these agents of chaos are just trying to give us a show to distract us. I normally would think that. But seeing as how it's rumored and allegations that Quavo and Takeoff got in a fight backstage, which Offset, let me rewind. It was rumored that Quavo and Offset got in a altercation, a physical altercation backstage at the Grammy Awards. And since Offset vehemently denied that they gotten any altercation on his Instagram, he vehemently denied that it even happened. He said, "That's my brother. Y'all cap," pretty much. That makes me to believe that he's in danger, because Quavo was there in the situation and he wasn't threatened. It makes me believe that somehow the industry is trying to separate Offset from Quavo for whatever reason. I don't know what Offset may or may not have been saying behind the scenes, but he may be looked at as a flight risk. Maybe he is not keeping the oath of silence like he should. And I don't know. It seems that they're trying to separate Quavo and Offset, meaning, you know, I'm thinking Offset really ain't safe in the industry. And, you know, you got all of these platforms pushing this narrative of a fight backstage. You got all of these platforms. I mean, you got TMZ. I mean, there's various news sources and newspapers. So I believe there's a blackballing going on. And I want to go into this heated exchange of words over the late Migos rapper Takeoff between Jay Prince Sr. and Offset. Let's go.
Offset, dude, I ain't gonna leave him out. You know, I'm just real like this, you know, because, you know, niggas be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And
basically he's saying that Offset is being sneaky. Typically when somebody say throwing rocks and hiding their hands, they talking about sneak dissing. But I believe Jay Prince is talking about Offset saying certain things behind the scenes in the industry of what possibly could have really have taken place. He may have some insight on things, and he may be, you know, upset because his cousin died at y'all's party, at a private party. His cousin died. So maybe he's outraged. Maybe he's still upset because y'all are supposed to be responsible for that man's life. So this really seems like bullying. This seems like this is very manipulative. He's pretty much bullying Offset. Offset has a way to, he has the right to feel how he want to feel when his cousin was taken out. I mean, he has the right to speak his mind, how he feel about the situation, which we don't know what Offset said. Anyway, let's continue.
I don't like them kind of individuals, and
You don't like people who break the oath of silence in that industry.
the truth of the matter is, one can dance and different things in front of these different cameras and all that kind of shit. And when reality, the truth of the matter is, nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive.
Wow. Damn, those are shots fired. And you can't just get more wicked than this, man, because clearly y'all wasn't with Takeoff in his final hour. He was unsafe around y'all. He was in y'all's custody. That man was in y'all's custody. And he wasn't able to go home. So for you to sit up there and actually criticize the relationship that Offset have with Takeoff, man, that's bold. That's real bold, man. And it's almost like they're trying to start to character assassinate. This is what they do when they begin to target an individual within the industry. The character assassination starts, the smear campaign starts, and they really want you looking sideways at Offset and continue to empower this demonic family here. That's what it seems like. They want the Prince family to be back in the good graces of the public, and they're using all the media outlets to do so.
You know what I mean? So for you to be taking these positions that you taking, you know what I mean? And I got people everywhere, so I hear all kinds of things.
I mean, what position should he take? His cousin came to your private event and he ended up dying. So you telling me Offset not able to speak his mind to what happened in that situation? He not able to go around and speculate or even accuse. Wow. So he's literally, going directly at Offset, man. This is crazy. Let's continue.
I'm gonna just say this to you. Don't never put me in no position where, I have to defend myself.
Damn, no. He said, don't never put me in a position where I have to defend myself. It's Offset running around the industry breaking the oath. Because that was a threat. It was a dry threat, but that was a threat. So he basically saying, listen, don't ever compromise my reputation by speaking on what took place. Yeah, your cousin died in that situation. Your cousin is no longer alive. But don't you put me in a position where you next. And if you go to some of this interview, man, which I'm going to play a clip in this interview as well, where Jay Prince is almost gloating. I mean, he's almost Birdman rubbing his hands, gloating about the death of Takeoff. He truly is. He's basically saying, hey, listen, if people ain't come up here and pop off, nothing would have happened. And he's saying basically, let that be an example. He speaks in riddles and codes, but I know intimidation tactics when I see them. which is somewhat an omission to guilt. Now, this is sick right here, man. It don't get worse than this. One young man already gone, man. And now you have the nerve, as old as you are, Jay Prince, as old as you are, to sit up here on $1 million worth of game where they're supposed to be leading the youth out of the streets, because that's Gillian Wallow's mission statement. They drop game on the youth. Meanwhile, they got you on the show and you sitting here acting like you Jam John Gotti of the mob. What's going on here? Threatening a young brother with a career, threatening a young brother who wasn't even in the vicinity of what took place. It's almost like these people on some Masonic codes, and it's like this: either you're gonna get down or lay down. That's what it seemed like it is with these people. Either you're gonna get with the program or you're gonna lay down. And as you can see, they're getting away with it. Let me tell you something. If any one of us throw a private party today or tomorrow, and somebody unfortunately loses their life by gun violence at this said private party, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in attendance are going to jail. We're all going to jail, right? Everybody's going down for that crime. So he's basically bragging, listen, I'm above the law. I have diplomatic immunity. You do not want to make enemies with me. That's basically how he's coming at it. Listen, I'm powerful. This is a man right here that is power drunk. This is a man right here that is dangerous because he seems to be above the law. On $1 million worth of gain, they walk around talking about mob ties. Come on, man. The hypocrisy. Let's see what Offset had to say in response.
You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you.
That wouldn't be healthy for you, man. That's basically saying, listen, if you keep running your mouth, you know what it is. That's basically what the man's saying. You keep running your mouth, it is what it is.
You know, I have to say that. I hate, but it's $1 million worth of game. You know what I mean? It's $1 million worth of game, and I'm going to give it to him right on $1 million worth of game because.
Now, Gillian Wallow, y'all know damn well that y'all was supposed to either cut that out or y'all was supposed to set them straight. Hey, listen, over here on $1 million worth of game, you know, we want to avoid more violence. We want to avoid more bloodshed. That's what y'all was supposed to do. Gillian Wallow, y'all supposed to step up and actually speak out against what Jay Prince is doing. Because y'all claim that y'all for the youth. Y'all claim that y'all for the people, but y'all quiet as a rat pissing on a cotton swab out here. What are y'all doing? Y'all treating these murderers, alleged murderers, with all of this damn respect and admiration. And that don't make no damn sense. When they on y'all show, where y'all supposed to be leaders, trying to stop the violence, y'all message is contrary to what he just did on your show. He literally threatened this man. Hey, listen, it's going to be unhealthy for you. Pretty much he's saying it's going to be unhealthy for you if you keep running your mouth. And y'all was quiet. It's a bad look. It's a bad look.
I ain't going to throw rocks and hide my hand. I'm going to just let it be known.
Because he has the authority to threaten you in the public. He has the authority to threaten you in the public. Basically, he letting it be known he above the law. He don't have to hide behind the scenes. I believe there's corruption in the Houston PD all the way up to a government level. I mean, I'm talking about all the way up to the Fed level. They have so much power over there in Houston, they're real comfortable with themselves. They believe that they can pretty much get away with murder the way he's carrying himself. This ain't cool, man. Threatening this man on TV like that after his cousin just died while he was in your custody. That's a damn shame, man. This is crazy. Let's go.
You know, to him, because I hear what's being said, and it's all love after that.
What y'all niggas got? What the fuck y'all niggas got going on? Y'all niggas speaking on my real brother. How dare one of y'all niggas even speak on me?
Now let's make this clear. He said he know what's being said. Let me tell you something. Mob ties might be with the Fed ties. So I don't doubt that they got phones tapped. Let me just put this out here before we hear his Offset's response. I don't doubt they got phone tap, wiretaps. I don't doubt that they know exactly what Offset may be saying behind the scenes. I'm telling you that right now. I don't doubt it at all. So the way Jay Prince said what he said, I know what's being said. I believe he does know what's being said. And I believe Offset know what's going on. Offset not innocent in all of this. Let's not get this twisted. Offset, he took the oaths as well. Offset been quiet as well to what's going on in the industry. But he may be having some murmurs out there. He may be talking to certain individuals out there. So, man, this is dirty. They showing you how they really get down in the industry. If you break the oath, man, they coming for you. They can assassinate your character. They can make up stories. Listen, don't think for a second that all of these news outlets start saying that they got into a fist fight at the Grammys for no reason. That's the beginning. When the media just straight spread a lie, and we know it's a lie because out of Offset's own mouth on his Instagram, he said that is all cap. We ain't getting to no type of fight. What is going on here? When they do that, they coming for you, man. They coming for you. So I think that Offset needs to he needs to lay low, and he needs to, get out of that industry. He needs to find his way out. But I don't know how that's gonna happen when he's with his wife Cardi B, right? Let's go.
Got what the fuck y'all niggas got going on? Y'all niggas speak on my real brother. How dare one of y'all niggas even speak on me and Tate relationship, nigga? I don't know you niggas from a can of paint, nigga. Y'all niggas don't know how me and my brother rock, nigga. You trying to clear your face, nigga? You didn't.
Sorry about that,
It's
y'all.
your fifth interview, nigga.
So hold on. Basically, he's saying, listen, that was his real family right there. That was his real family. How you gonna speak on, our relationship? Listen, they trying to make it look a certain way. They trying to make you look a certain way. Although I'm gonna say this as well because I'm gonna be fair. I think that Offset as well was exploiting the death of Takeoff in a sense. Some of the things he was doing on stage and all of that, I don't necessarily think it was a good gesture to commemorate Takeoff. So when Jay Prince said, they can dance in front of the camera. See, one thing about it is nobody should have been dancing in front of no cameras. Nobody should have been on stage performing any songs in memory of Takeoff until they got justice for Takeoff. That should have been the number one thing. The number one thing should have been trying to find out what happened to Takeoff. And I don't feel like there was no concerted efforts on either party, whether it's Offset or Quavo. There were no concerted efforts to find out exactly what happened to him because in the industry, they know what happened. So, but I cannot in good conscience say that Offset didn't love Takeoff. I can't say that. I can't say that they wasn't real brothers. I can't say they wasn't family. Listen, I remember back in the day, y'all, Takeoff, who they want, Takeoff, who they need, who they about their life. And you had Offset. Guess who was behind them? Offset. I'm talking about they had the ashy camera. When they did that track, it was only a few views on that joint. Like Offset was there. And I can tell like he looked up to Takeoff. The way he was hype man. Offset was Takeoff hype man in that video. So I cannot in good conscience say that he did not love his cousin. I just won't say that. So, but it is what it is. Let's continue.
You done did about my brother, nigga. You ain't think about his mama. You ain't think about the family, nigga.
They don't care nothing about that. They care about intimidation, fear tactics, and keeping y'all's mouths shut. That's what they care about.
said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing but you niggas. You niggas, man, who y'all nigga think y'all nigga is? John got it, nigga. And
He said, ain't nobody said nothing but you. Now, peep that he just said that. Ain't nobody said nothing but y'all. Listen, everybody know what happened to that brother. Everybody know what happened to Takeoff, man. Now it's some paranoia out there, some paranoia in the air. Because these devils don't want what's done in the dark to come to the light. And Offset, like, y'all the only ones talking about the situation. Y'all the only ones going on TV shows. Y'all the only ones being interviewed about it publicly. But see, what Offset may not realize is they know what's going on in your private life sometimes. Oh, the rabbit hole goes deep. I'm telling you, you in the industry, you in the limelight. You can't hide from the perpetrators. You can't hide from the agents. I don't think people understand how highly sophisticated the program works when you under that oath, when you in that industry. Oh, they watching you with a bird's eye view, with the all-seeing eye. They know exactly what you saying to people. They know exactly how you feel about the situation. Because I couldn't imagine Offset not being frustrated of what took place with his cousin. And he's speaking to certain people. I couldn't imagine a man not having some anger. And, you know, he sounds a little bit timid. His voice is shaking. I can hear a little bit of fear, nervousness, but at the same time, I can hear some courage because he's standing up. He's standing up to Jay Prince. He's standing up to him. So I think that they know the power that these people hold. I mean, the game is real wicked, man. The game is real wicked, man. This is why you don't want to be a part of that industry. Anybody can get it at any time. Anybody can betray the next man. And it is the mortality rate is sky high because that place is demonic. Real wicked frequency in that industry.
nobody going for none of that, bro. I ain't studying none of that shit y'all nigga talking about either. And if you heard something from me, I'ma tell you it's gonna come from me. Call my phone. Y'all nigga going off of he say, she say. Then y'all nigga supposed to be this is who y'all supposed to be. And y'all nigga on interviews and it out on an interview. Talking about I said that nigga call my phone, homie. You call my phone, we'll have a conversation.
No, that's not how mob ties work, man. That's not how they work. Everything got to be done on camera. They got to be able to flex. They got to be able to flex. And, you know, this is crazy right here because these guys do the same tactics over and over. I've seen them, you know, take to social media multiple times when it was private situations. NBA Youngboy, I remember him putting the Prince family on blast because it was some items that were stolen from NBA Youngboy, and the Prince family, they somehow acquired those items, and they got on public. They got on, you know, on some platform. I don't know if it was YouTube, can't remember, but they, you know, basically came out and say, listen, we can retrieve those items. See, this is how these individuals work. They have to flex. They have to show their power. And, you know, this is straight up wicked right here. And all of this happened right after the demonic Grammy Awards. See, everything is happening for a reason. There's some chaos being sprawled in the air from the Prince family for a reason, which we'll get into that a little bit later on a future stream. But there's some things we got to talk about in regards to that. But listen to this, man.
He say, she say. Then y'all nigga supposed to be this is who y'all supposed to be. And y'all nigga on interviews and it out on an interview. Talking about I said that nigga call my phone, huh? You call my phone, we'll have a conversation. They what I'm talking about, all that plant internet games.
All right, we heard what both brothers.
Now listen here. I'm gonna show you how much power Jay Prince has, right? Now let's go to TMZ to see the story about them fighting. Now, what was Jay Prince's gripe? What was one of his gripes? That his relationship being Offset wasn't as good as he made it out to be with Takeoff. That was his gripe, right? Now, all of a sudden, this story comes out about him and Offset and Quavo fighting, right? Now, why would the media do that? Let's read TMZ, because that's what covered it. That's one of the first sources that covered it. Let me pull this article up. Yo, Cajun, thanks for the $5 contribution. Says Shalom, Bree. God bless you. Your live streams and videos are absolute fire and eye-opening. Thank you, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate the support. Let's see what TMZ had to say about the Grammy Awards. And this is just released hours ago. And this is the claim. Quavo and Offset. Matter of fact, I'll share it with you all so y'all can read along if you would like. And then we're going to go to another portion of the $1 million worth of game interview. All right, so it reads, Quavo and Offset fight backstage at Grammys after Quavo blocks him from Takeoff's tribute. So they're claiming that Quavo blocked him from Takeoff's tribute. And you know how many people are going to believe this? You know how many people are going to believe this? So this goes right in line with Jay Prince's gripe to assassinate the character of Offset, making it seem as if, you know, he didn't really love Takeoff. He wasn't really there. You know, it is what it is. They're assassinating a man's character. And Jay Prince is very powerful. It proves it. Anytime the media will follow along and they all on one accord, it's crazy. Now, if Quavo would take him off, that would literally validate Jay Prince's gripe. It goes on to say there's clearly still serious bad blood between Migos rapper Quavo and Offset following the death of Takeoff. And this is what they claiming, right? And those emotions boiled over backstage at the Grammys into a physical fight. Sources at the show tell us just before Quavo took the stage to perform his song Without You, which was absolute trash. The song was horrible. As a tribute to Takeoff, during the memorandum segment of the show, he and Offset got into a physical fight and had to be pulled apart. And it says, and this is what they're claiming. It looks like that they're trying to really assassinate Offset. He need to just go ahead and Offset, you're just going to have to repent for your involvement in the industry. Come right out and spill the beans. Hey, listen, if Ye can get on all of these TV shows and blow the lid off the media and still live to tell about it, you can live to talk about what's going on in that industry, man. You can tell us what's going on. Mike Sparks on top. Thanks for the 5. He says, the crazy part is No Jumper is saying Offset didn't care about Takeoff either. They're doing a live on it right now. Wow. This is crazy. And you know, the interesting part is I feel like Offset actually cared more about Takeoff than Quavo. He looked more hurt than Quavo. They had to digitally master teardrops on Quavo. Literally, you seen no emotion out of Quavo. But Offset, he looked like he felt he felt the loss more than Quavo. Seriously. I mean, this is crazy how they spinning the narrative. And when you see all the major outlets, we bringing the truth over here, man. I'm totally non-biased to the situation. I'm just evaluating this. When you see the entire media on one accord against one person, you better look out. Offset, you might as well come out and tell us what's going on. You might as well tell us what's going on. And you know what? He may be talking the wrong talk to his wife. She may be his official handler. And some of the things that you saying about mob ties, you don't know what your own wife can be running back and telling insiders, man. I'm telling you, in situations like this, you need to go take you a trip, get away, because as much as I don't like these industry people and as much as y'all's music has been, damnable and detrimental, I don't want to see another one of these guys drop. Seriously, I really don't. I don't want to see nothing happen to Offset. I want to see him turn his life around and get out of the industry. That's what I would like to see for all of them. I gain nothing off of seeing nothing happen to these people or seeing something happen to these people. I gain nothing from that. I would like to see the brother go somewhere to himself, take a break from even Cardi B, and spend some time rearranging your thoughts, man. For real. You can't trust not one soul in that industry. I feel like they all in on it. They all in on it. There's a demonic frequency. There's a lot of possession going on, and they will sell you upstream in a heartbeat. Real talk, is treacherous out there in that industry. That's right, Carolyn. Loose lips sink ships. They all about that. They all about the oath of silence in that industry. And you think you telling your wife something, and you think your feelings are safe with her. Nah, she's married to the money. Now listen, I'm gonna go to another part of this $1 million worth of game interview, because this was interesting how Jay Prince worded what he worded, right? And I want to go here. Yep, you said it right, Abby B. It'll be just like the Truman Show. You think your secrets are safe with your wife. I can imagine Offset talking about mob ties. Like, yeah, man, they got my cousin F mob ties. You know what I'm saying? We ain't rocking with that. And I can imagine her running back, telling. I can. Seriously. Can't trust none of them. Anyway, let's go. Let's see what Jay Prince had to say when asked this question about something happening to Takeoff, him losing his life in y'all's custody. Listen to how he responds to this particular question by Gilly.
Feel like something had escalated.
And this guy right here in the middle, not sure who he is. I don't know if he's one of his sons or who he is, but this dude literally spoke, and I don't know what he was saying, bro. Literally, he was talking in circles. He literally was saying a lot and not saying a damn thing. Seriously. And that's what the Prince family seem to be specialized in. Talking, but not saying nothing.
Escalated to where it's supposed to be a problem.
So, okay, so to the people that say, okay, Prince family been doing this for years and bringing people down. They've been hosting them. Nothing like this ever happened. Feel what I'm saying? What about the people that feel like still nothing should have happened? Because they was with the Prince family, and the Prince family is well respected. Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
Man, why is Gilly the kid talking to him like he's talking to his great-great-great-grandfather? Why, man?
Emotional damage.
It's like just the tone, just the frequency, just the way y'all treat these people, bro. With the utmost respect, like he literally deserves this. Right now, his street pass is supposed to be gone because Takeoff is gone. And I don't give a damn how long he protected people. Once one person basically dies in your custody, you no good no more. You don't have that pull no more. It's just crazy.
what I would say to that is, you know, I have a track record, man, and the Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, you know what I mean, honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never.
Y'all have a track record of allegedly extorting rappers, making them check in so they can perform shows in y'all city. Y'all have a track record of using intimidation tactics. Y'all have a track record of gaslighting and setting up plays and then running to social media to flex your power. That's what your track record really is. Let's stop playing. Let's stop beating around the bush. Jay Prince, you've been an opportunist for a long time. You were even an opportunist during the Ghetto Boys times. Let's be clear about that. Your artist shoots himself in the eye. You run to the hospital. You take a picture of it and use it as an album cover. Sir, that's exploitation. Yeah. You exploited Bill. You've been doing this. You've been having rappers afraid to come through your city and perform. It is what it is. You have a history of that. But don't try to act like, I hate when these dudes try to act like they these upstanding citizens. Y'all out here representing the mob. Y'all really do believe y'all John Gotti in them. Y'all really believe that. Y'all watch too many of these damn old gangster movies. Y'all done watch Casino. Y'all done watch Original Gangsters. Y'all done watched a few of these movies. And now you damn think that you king of the damn hill, bro. That's just the truth. This man think he really believe in his mind he Bumpy Ellsworth, Bumpy Johnson. That's what he believe. Been watching them damn Goodfellas. It's crazy.
What happened? But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean, you know, when.
Hold on, you hear that? You see how he said that? Hold on. He asked him, you know, what do you say when people basically condemn you for having an artist die in your custody? He says, man, we've been upstanding for 30 years now, but we ain't never been attacked. Attacked? Sir, Takeoff didn't attack you. So that's the narrative that y'all going with now. So basically, hey, it is what it is because y'all came at us. We was attacked. We ain't never had a situation where we were attacked before either. Attacked? Whoever you was attacked by is still walking around. An innocent man took all 3 of those bullets. 3 bullets. 3 bullets. The man was shot 3 times. And you talking about being attacked. That was a straight up sacrifice, man. Quavo told us in the Messy video. We knew what was going to happen Halloween. We knew after we seen that video when Halloween came, we already knew that was an industry ritual. But you're going to use that to further intimidate the rest of the industry. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. There's people in the industry. Listen to me carefully, y'all. There's people in the industry who don't even know that these rituals are going on. There's people still in the industry that really just think that's some street stuff going on. Yeah, you could be a part of something and not understand what you were part of. You understand? Let me repeat that. You could be a part of something, but not fully understand what you are part of. So they're going to use this situation and scenario to create more fear. Let us continue.
When a man attacks a situation with a weapon, then, you know, it become a playing field where, you know, any and everything goes.
So basically, hey, he's claiming that they were attacked and any and everything goes. This is war. Basically, yeah. I mean, hey, it happened how it happened. Although Takeoff, the one who ain't make it home, he the only one who didn't make it home. So basically, you saying, hey, they came up here not acting right. So why did Quavo walk away? When he's the one who made the threat, said, let me get out of here before I hurt somebody. Why did he walk away scot-free? You know, this is real manipulation. They gaslighting. So basically, he's saying, listen, if you come up here starting something, you know, it is what it is. But you shouldn't be saying that when asked about Takeoff, because Takeoff didn't do anything. Takeoff didn't attack nobody. But he the one who took 3 slugs. Man, these dudes are some sorcerers, bro.
So that's what we're dealing with right here. And that's the root of this situation. And he didn't attack the Prince family, but he attacked, you know, people that we know. And it was totally
Who? He didn't attack. Listen, who attacked? Because this person who attacked, where's he at right now? It's a damn warlock, a master mason, a boule member. And the man is not only sending dry threats, but he's dry snitching on himself. So let me get this right. Takeoff didn't attack y'all. But the way you answer that question is somebody on the outside attack, so anything goes. That's how you want to answer that question, Jay Prince. So that man's life was just a casualty of war to you. You see how you telling on yourself? You can't act as if you care about him, and then that's your response to him passing in your custody. That means you take no responsibility. Your sons don't take no responsibility for the man's passing. They're acting like it was totally out of their hands. And get the like button, hit the like button on the video, man. We breaking this down, man. Come on now. Show y'all support for the content. Let's go.
unnecessary. You know what I mean? For you to attack a man with a weapon. Because what that's going to do is put a man in a position where he want to protect himself.
By hitting an innocent man? Once in the neck, once in the chest, and once in the head. Does this even begin to make any damn sense? This can't even begin to make sense. Somebody says, why are you covering this distraction? You're supposed to be enlightened. Let me get you up out of here. What I'm doing right now in this stream is breaking the distraction, because there's millions of people who watch this interview and they fell for the lie. What I'm doing right here is uncovering the darkness of this industry, the demonic practices of these wizards and warlocks who have been exploiting our community, those who are supposed to be OGs. These are the leaders of our people. Do you understand that? And the person who said that, I don't even think you one of our people, so you wouldn't understand this type of politics right now. You wouldn't understand this type of commentary. See, these individuals is who our community fear, admire, and look up to. So these are the individuals who got to be put on blast. Anytime they can get away with public executions. We're not playing those type of games. I speak as an ambassador for my people, a representative of my people. And I'm not going to sit up here and allow these devils and demons to sit up here and sway narratives. So that's what this content is about. You can bet your bottom dollar anytime I cover anything with these celebrities, there's a learning experience to be gained. If you don't understand that, you're on the wrong channel. Let us continue.
And that was the root of igniting this gunplay.
But to clarify it real quick so they can understand, we're not talking about Takeoff attacking nobody.
Right. Right. He said to be clear about this. We're not talking about Takeoff attacking anybody. But you seen how he deflected. The question that Gilly asked was a good question, even though he was talking to the man like he was his granddaddy or something. But it was a good question nonetheless. What he asked the man was, how do you feel that that man pretty much passed on in your custody? He goes on to say, Jay Prince goes on to say, listen, when you attack us, you pretty much get what you get. All's fair in war. That's how he answered that. Basically, if you disrespect, you attack, you do anything to us, you can expect somebody to drop. So he used that as an opportunity to intimidate people, opposed to saying, hey, you know, it was just an unfortunate situation. That's something that's going to be a smear on our record. He could have answered that question a lot of ways. He could have said, listen, that's something right there that we can never take back. We lost a good brother, and you know, what we plan on doing is we're gonna revamp. We're gonna go through a rebuilding process. He could have even went as far as to saying, you know, there's certain members that were a part of us that are no longer here. Instead, he says, listen, he didn't even whoever attacked who didn't even attack them directly. Peep what he said. He said whoever attacked somebody associated with them. So somebody associated with y'all got attacked, and Takeoff deserves to die behind that? Is that what you saying? So you're not going to revamp your establishment? You're not going to fix nothing? You're not going to take no accountability? Well, somebody attacked somebody that was close to us, so it is what it is. He wasn't mob ties, but he had something to do with mob ties. So, hey, whatever happened, happened. Casualty of war. Y'all, that's evil. That is evil. That is literally, he took this as an opportunity to intimidate the people. He's arrogant. He's totally sold under sin. We dealing with reprobates here. Yeah, let's rewind that back. Rewind it back. Listen how that question was asked and how he answered. I'm going to play it through.
So that's what we're dealing with right here, and that's the root.
Prince family been doing this for years. Been bringing people down. They've been hosting them. You know, nothing like this ever happened. You feel what I'm saying? What about the people that feel like still nothing should have happened?
Right.
Because they was with the, they was with the Prince family, and the Prince family is well respected.
Yeah, they jiggling wires. Y'all bear with me, be patient. Why this man sit up here and act like he damn Tony Soprano? Yeah, they playing games, man. Come on now. Let's get it.
Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, I have a track record, man, and the Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us.
What?
If you know what I mean.
Look, you know what I mean. I'm Lucky Luciano out here. Yeah. You never had these moolies attack you. Ain't nobody ever come over here and attack us. You see, he gave the head gesture and all that. Hey, you come mess with Mob Ties, somebody's going to drop. Wow. He asks you about Takeoff passing in your presence, in your custody. And you go, well, hey, we ain't never had nobody attack us before either. Really? That's how you going to answer that? Man, rest in peace, Takeoff, man. Rest in peace, Takeoff, man. He was surrounded by some evil people, bro. Straight demons, bro.
I mean, you know, when a man attack a situation with a weapon, then, you know, it become a playing field where, you know, any and everything goes. So
Any and everything goes. He's saying he's a casualty of war because somebody attacked somebody. Now watch him say that it wasn't even a member of Mob Ties that was attacked. It was an associate. So you saying an associate being attacked by whomever is grounds to terminate somebody's life? There should have been no guns drawn. Why? How? First of all, listen. How does all these people get in with guns at a private party? How do all of these individuals get in with guns at a private party? Last time I checked, a private party is private and people are getting invites. How is it that everybody who was in attendance wasn't known? I believe that they knew everybody that was in there. And like I said, the only thing that makes sense is they sacrificed that man. That's the only thing that makes sense. A straight ritual. Anyway, let us go.
So that's what we're dealing with right here. And that's the root of this situation. And he didn't attack the Prince family, but he attacked, you know, people that we know.
So whoever attacked somebody didn't even attack the Prince family. He attacked somebody that we know. Wow. So that was worth Takeoff's life? That don't make no damn sense. How much he's bragging about this, Loki. Hey, when he shook that head and said, hey, you know, we ain't been attacked either. So, you know, when somebody get the attacking, you can expect the worst. That's basically what he's saying. Expect the worst. He might as well say, listen, he might as well just say, let him be an example of what we'll do to you. How that man head was sitting there leaking out and all of that. Let that be an example. And I'm telling you, this interview is just crazy, y'all. There's one part of this interview where Jay Prince Jr. is asked about walking away from the body. And this man literally says that they were going to wash their hands. This is what he said. They were going to wash their hands and talk about or assess what transpired. That's what they said. They was going to walk. They walked over the body because they need to go wash their hands so they could talk about what transpired. That's how he said it. What transpired. Crazy. And they literally sat up there and told the people this. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what in the Ninja Kingdom is going on in Ninjaville, USA, but if you buying what these people are selling, your mind is in deep trouble. Anyway, let's go.
It was totally unnecessary, you know what I mean, for you to attack a man with a weapon. Because what that's going to do is put a man in a position where he want to protect himself. And that was the root of igniting this gunplay.
But to clarify it real quick so they can understand, we're not talking about Takeoff attacking nobody.
Right. See, that's the bottom line. He asked you a question in regards to what happened to Takeoff. And you made it seem as if Takeoff attacked y'all some way. He made it seem like Takeoff did something wrong. Listen, in this situation, they should have took full responsibility for what happened. Like these are some of the most untrustworthy people. Be the worst. Yeah, y'all mash that like button.
At all.
Yeah, so they can
Yeah, no,
understand.
not at all. Not Takeoff and not nobody from Houston, attack nobody until, the homie that was with them would take off them, whatever his name may be. He giving all kinds of statements on this police report we have, so we can read his name and everything, because he put himself in a position where he's cooperating and telling a lot of different lies. So
Why is it that everybody who actually was spotted with a weapon on camera at the party, why is it that none of them were arrested? Matter of fact, there's a man lifting a firearm, shooting this firearm. He was not arrested. How is it that the one person that was incarcerated, who got bail, who happened to get bail, how is it that he was the only one arrested? The one who didn't get spotted with a firearm. The only one who didn't get spotted with a firearm was the one arrested. Does this make any sense? The only thing that adds up is they got Takeoff drunk and high and lined that man up. And if I'm not mistaken, the guy in the middle, I think he's the older brother. Would y'all look at this? YouTube, do you see this, YouTube? I'm put this on the screen for y'all real quick. YouTube, I've blocked this profile several times, reported it several times. I'm blocking it now. And this is what they've been doing, scamming people. That is not me, ladies and gentlemen. That is not me. I never will personally ask you for money on my channel. So if somebody's messaging you, asking you for money, you need to go check the profile. Click on the profile. Anyway, the only thing that makes sense is they lined them up. Now, this guy in the middle, I think this is the older son, right? If I'm not mistaken, wasn't he the guy that was smoking and drinking with Takeoff when they were outside? I think that's that guy right there. I mean, these are people that were close by Takeoff when all this was taking place. So that's the nephew. See, man, this is crazy. No, Son's reality, he's not trying to say Takeoff attack somebody. What he said was somebody, I'm guessing that Quavo brought with them, attacked somebody. So basically, Takeoff was a casualty of war, which makes no sense because the man got hit with 3 bullets, one in the head, one in the neck, and one in the chest. Now, you telling me that just happened to go down like that because some associate of yours was supposedly attacked by somebody on QC's team. That's the story that they're going with. And you know this. Listen, here's the thing. Y'all don't find it strange how long it takes these people to get on these interviews, or how long it takes these people to make public statements and things of that nature? I believe that they're making up lies. I believe that they're making up lies. And then they address the public once they establish the lie. But this is getting sick, man. All I can say is rest in peace to Takeoff. And listen, anytime you see the media smearing a person like that and they all on one accord, all of the platforms are spreading the same narrative, that person is in danger. That person is in danger. This family right here is the epitome of evil. They are the alleged extortioners within the industry. They got all kind of connections. There's all kind of connections on the streets, and I believe on a federal level. And I think that Offset should be careful. And if you're an inspiring artist, man, put your own music out. You shouldn't have to go check in with nobody. You shouldn't have to deal with nobody else, honestly. And you damn sure shouldn't have to sign to a major label. They jugging and they finessing y'all. Put your music out on these platforms. There's too many platforms out there. You know what I'm saying? They do this to the rappers, but they don't do this to the R&B people. It just is what it is, man. Hopefully this live stream gave you some insight on this situation, and you can see this from a different perspective. I got more content coming, man. Thank each and every one of y'all for joining. Also consider following me on Patreon, because you never know where my content is going to go. Y'all see the link right there on your screen. Thank each and every one of y'all. I want y'all to have a blessed afternoon. Till next time, shalom and peace.